identify it, tactically analyze a football match.
You're spending money on marketing every month, but have no idea what's actually working. Your sales team keeps complaining about junk leads.
Do you tactically analyse a football match? Well, the game is split into four phases: in possession, out of possession, attacking transitions, and defensive transitions. And we use these four phases as a guideline to analyse any team, as well as set plays. In part 1 of 3, we're going to be covering the in possession phase. In possession, the pitch is broken down into 3 zones: build-up, progression, and finishing. When the team builds up from their own defensive third, focus on their positional structure and how they attempt to move the ball forward. In modern football, teams often use short passes to block the opposition out, aiming to exploit spaces that open up between the lines or beyond. Observing specific movements or patterns of play can help you understand the team's tactically analyse a football match. Well, the game is split into 4 phases: in possession, out of possession, attacking transitions, and defence.
Zoe Pratt, what's good? What's good? What's happening? What's happening? Have you subbed? What actually holding you back? This is Nevertheless Commentaries. It's a sports channel. I usually do analysis of football, focusing mostly in Betway Premiership, but people all usually come to this stream and actually suggest the team that they love, so we put them on our roster. If we can actually watch those teams, we then watch them and analyze their game. So yeah, that's about it. We also react with reactions on boxing. I love seeing people beat each other up. So do reactions on boxing, but the channel is actually structured around sport. Sasa Ken Eisen, what's good? That's good. That's good, everybody. That's good, everybody. So I take some time every day to actually broaden my knowledge as far as analysis is concerned. So right now, I'm studying how to analyze football matches. I want to actually broaden my understanding of the game, and it helps me very much when it comes to game time. We know that Betway Premiership, especially South Africans, knows that Betway Premiership begins on Monday with Sundowns versus Orbit College. So as I am broadening my understanding of the game, I want to make sure that when the season restarts on the second leg, I'm up to standard and I can compete with the rest of the guys that are actually doing the same thing. So if you haven't smashed that sub, please do smash that sub. We are on the road to 1,000 subs. Right now we are sitting at 384. The last time I checked, it was 384 subs. And I'm hoping that we will reach 1,000 subscribes soon. Siyabonga Zoe. Siyabonga, I'm sure you are a South African since you wrote in isiZulu. Ngiyabonga kakhulu nami ngiyathemba sewusubscribile sisi. And you can also check out our content. It's mostly based on African football. But I will actually delve into the European football, but I actually need to actually see which teams I will begin with, because the game is played on the highest intensity. So I really want to actually be up to standard when I go to that standards. Hence, I'm actually broadening my knowledge in terms of football analysis and everything. At the same time, I'm studying with Boston City Chambers. I'm studying sports management, so I want to actually find my way into sport. Hence, I'm studying. It's not only be about me analyzing the games of football here on this channel, but I want to be a professional in doing so by making sure that I get trained for that and actually find myself into those structures, either with coaching or any other aspect that I can help in the game. But I do love coaching and analysis and breaking down the opponents, analyzing individual players and also the games, the entire teams, and also help to actually structure on how to defeat the opponents. That's what I love. I love strategic planning, deploying the formations, and actually annihilate the opponents. I really love that. I enjoy it very much, and I'm hoping in the near future that's what I'll be doing. So please help us grow and smash that sub. special sub. We really appreciate growing with you all. But we'll actually see us evolve because if you actually check my first videos, you could actually maybe you will hear me mimicking some of the people who are known in the game, who are doing the sports analysis. But as we continued, I finally find my voice, and I'm confident enough to actually look at the lineup and see what's going to happen with these two lineups. And knowing the players helps a lot because you understand that the player that plays this position, if the setup is this setup, it's either a 4-3-3, 4-5-1, which may be translated to 4-2-3-1 sometimes, 3-5-2, all those formations. You actually know, if you know the players that are actually be on the field of play, it's kind of easy to actually predict what's going to happen with the game. So right now I'm trying to broaden my language. Sibongiseni unjani bafo? Umagwaza. Ninjani bafo? So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So please do not mind the background noise because there's this other coach called the tactic guy. So I'm trying to grab a few things to actually help me broaden my knowledge as far as the analytics or the tactics of the games are concerned. So his video is called How to Analyze Football Matches and Football Tactics Explained. So as someone who's into sport, you continue to learn every day. You learn from the other people who are actually on the same field. That actually helps you a lot. So I see only 10% of you all said, hey, you have subscribed. 40% says no, they haven't subscribed, and 50% says not yet. So there's a chance with the 50% who says not yet. But the 40% who says no, I think I will have to work my socks off to try and actually get them to like what we do, to help us with the subs. Lily, what's good, Lily? What's good? Welcome back. It's been a minute since I've seen you. I think the last time I saw you, I was doing the boxing reaction. I think that was yesterday. Before 12, because at 12 I was doing 40 languages, 40 cultures in 40 days, and I was dealing with the Novak people from America, which I find it very, very interesting. But I would actually need to go to that rabbit hole and learn more about them, because I've found out that they come from Canada, West Canada and East Alaska. So I'll actually need to go into their roots and actually learn a little bit more about them. I've heard that they were basically had a volcanic problems which saw them going southwestern America, which they settled as pueblos. I think there were 5 different indigenous groups who were called the pueblos in America, until the Spanish came through and actually annihilate them. And that's what I've actually learned about them. So today we did what we did earlier. We was learning about sport injuries and everything. Zoe, thank you for the sub. We really, really appreciate that. We're actually learning that about the Inuk. Was it Inuk? Incas. Incas from Peru. The Incas tribe from Peru. And I think also I've learned a lot from the Incas people. What I found most intriguing was the comparison compared to the African people, which actually make me suspect that they are from Africa. Their roots, I think they trace them from Africa, particularly Egypt, the ancient Egypt, not the Egypt that we know today, particularly the ancient Egypt. So I've learned a lot from these 40 languages, 40 cultures in 40 days. So tomorrow, I think I will do Pakistan Urdu language and the culture of those people, and I will see what's going to happen to that. I'm sorry I have to go. Sorry. Okay, so we will see you next time. Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub. Jamaican food is yummy. Do they have jerk chicken? I haven't really checked the Jamaicans, but I'm assuming that when I do the islands. When you go to the islands on the west, I think the Jamaicans will be the first one, and some of the Haitian people. But yeah, we will see when we're actually going to slot them in. Thank you, Zoe. Have a nice one. Good night. Good night. We'll see you in the next one. I appreciate your sub. So that's about it. So right now I'm actually broadening my knowledge as far as food couple is concerned. But I will also look through you chat and actually have a conversation with you all while I'm actually looking to that. Zoe love jack chicken. Let me quickly check what is jack chicken. Let me quickly check what is that. Because for her to actually love that, there has to be something about it. It's so spicy food.
We are going to show you how to make duck chicken.
Oh, that looks saucy and yummy.
How to make duck chicken.
That looks saucy and yummy.
Onion, barbecue sauce, duck seasoning, another duck seasoning there.
Okay, I wonder if we have that seasoning in South Africa. That's jack seasoning, because I think it's what makes that chicken or that type of chicken you're speaking about awesome. But the beautiful dark-skinned lady here is actually making that chicken. But when it's finished, it looks... actually, it makes me hungry. It makes me hungry.
Onion, barbecue sauce, duck seasoning, another duck seasoning there. Thyme, ginger powder. You can use fresh ginger if you want. Parsley, paprika, about 5 cloves of garlic, vinegar, salt, and pepper. Wash the chicken. And this one you put it there now. Well, cut the hole there. And when you're doing the seasoning can push them there. Cut the onion.
The skin is awesome. Lily, where did you get the jack chicken? Because as far as I know, you are not a Jamaican. Or it's actually, or you actually visited Jamaica. I have to check. I'd have to check. Let me check if it's available in South Africa. Jack chicken in SA.
How to make duck chicken. Chicken legs, onion, barbecue sauce, duck seasoning, another duck seasoning there.
Jack chicken in South Africa. Where can I get it? I don't think it's available. I don't think it's available in South Africa. I can buy it from the chicken shop. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Before I get copyright strike, I need to actually get out of there as soon as possible. But I really, it looks yummy, it looks tasty, it looks delicious, it's appetizing. It makes you wanna eat. I wonder. I need to ask. I need to ask the mother of my son, my woman, if she can actually make this. If she can, I'd really like to taste it. So I think she'd be here in next weekend. I think I'll ask her to actually make this for me, because it's not sold anywhere in South Africa. I'll try to get everything from this recipe and actually send the recipe to her, and then she'd buy some of the things, and then I think she'd try it. But thank you. How's the music intro going? That let me see if I can find that. But it's somewhere here. It's already on this channel. It's somewhere here. Just that I'm lazy to actually I am very, very lazy to edit. Apparently there's 50 comments on this sound, but I've never read even one of those comments. So let me check these comments out. I don't know how I did not see this. Let me see if I can read all these comments. Now if you if you click into my short, pause. If you click to my short, it's there. It's titled. Where is the title of this thing now? Where is the title of this thing now?
Hey everyone.
No, so
I don't know what's going on here. Why am I failing to actually find the title of this thing? Okay, the short is titled Viral Sound 2026. It's a dark video. There's a strip, diagonal strip that is written, this is the sound of 2026. Use it now and blow up your YouTube channel. So that's where I'm actually playing this from. I'm glad that you yourself don't do edits, so that makes two of us. I really hate editing. If I make a video, just make it as raw as possible and just upload it as is. There's no edits, there's no nothing. It's a one take. I just press, if it's a short, I just click on the channel and record from the channel and then do the basic YouTube things and then upload it. But if it's a longer version, what's up, Abdullah Ram? It's been a long time since I've seen you, Abdullah Ram. Welcome back. I hope you're good, bro. So when it comes to longer version videos, I just go to my camera, record it, and then come back and upload it. I do not edit. I hate editing. I think that's some of the reason why it's been very hard for my channel to grow, because I do not edit my videos. It's just me speaking basically all the time. It's just me speaking. So maybe that's some of the reason why I'm not growing as much as I should, because I've already uploaded a number of videos, about 295 videos that have been posted. But if you look at the numbers, they are not corroborate the number of videos that I've uploaded. Maybe the editing has to do with that. I do not know, but I hate editing. That sound is perfectly produced. It sounds good, but it's just that I'm lazy. I do not want to edit. But I think if I can actually put it on some of these videos, as you can hear it, let me play it one more time. Yeah, Lily, it says 50 comments, but I'm trying to check all these comments and actually see who commented and say what, but
Hey everyone.
I don't know why I can't read them. So it doesn't make sense to me why I can't read all these comments, but apparently, according to what I'm seeing here, There's about 50 comments. It is said that I can't read all those comments. I don't know why. I just don't understand why. Okay, so far. Maybe try refreshing. Let me try that. No, there's something not right here.
You know, sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words, but with our new technology, your photos are.
There's something wrong here, bro. I can't actually get to these comments. I don't know why. Let me try again last time. But it really doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense why I can't read these comments. Probably it's a YouTube issue. I don't know why, but and maybe probably something was wrong with that, because okay, I see now comments. Oh, Willem. No, that's a different video. This is a different video. Actually, it doesn't make sense to. I don't think that was. I think that was something wrong. No, there are no comments yet. I don't know what was happening, but there's no comments here yet. So, yeah, there's no comments. Okay. Now back to the tactics. So I'll continue. Actually, check out yours. Comments. I see that your vote says 50% of you all says you have not yet subscribed. 29% said nope. 29% says yes, we have subscribed. And I think we have new 4 subscribers. So that's actually very huge for somebody like myself who's still starting out. It's been a struggle to actually get. Actually, I respect people who actually has a number of subs on YouTube, because I know what it takes to actually get to that position. I truly respect people who actually have grown leaps and bounds when it comes to their YouTube, because I know how hard it may be. So salute to everyone who's grown their channel as much as they have. And for me, it's still a building phase. We still haven't even reached 500. So, but I was hoping that by the end of the month, we'll be at least 500 subs. But looking at the fact that we are still on 380 something, I doubt that we will reach 500 by the end of the month. What's the date today? At the pace that we've been going, it's January Sunday, 18th. That's 13 days to go. 13 days to go. And that's 390 subs. That's 110 subs divided by 13. If I can get 8 subscribers every day, I could actually make it to 500 subs before the end of the month. But we will see what happens. We will see what happens. Also, the league is opening. We'll make a lot of content as far as football is concerned. You are not at 500 subs, not yet. You are still at 380. By the time I was making this video, we were 384, and right now we are 387. So only 4 has subbed. Actually, we were 388. One has sub and unsubscribed just today. So that's pretty kind of messed up. But what was that paper? This is a calendar. This is a calendar. So I was checking the date. Actually, I have the date right here. I'm looking at the screen that has the date and the time. But because I'm old, and I'm old school, so I use the calendar most of the time. I don't know why. I'm old. Now, if I unsubscribe and subscribe, does it do anything? No. If you unsubscribe, it decreases. If you subscribe again, it reinstates you. So it doesn't make any effect. So the only thing you can do is actually watch our content. Those that actually relates to you, basically, because as a female, I don't think I've done anything that's usually would interest women, apart from the 40 languages, 40 cultures in 40 days. I think that's where maybe we might meet and on streams. But as far as football is concerned, I don't know many women who actually love football in that sense. So it's your subs is enough in showing up here on the stream and actually engage. I think we are doing the most. I think recently it's been you, Makubele, and Imran. Who am I forgetting? So and Nita have been quiet for some time, and Joshua also have been quiet. Botha, what's her name? Lily? Oh, not Lily, Botha. What's Botha's name? I forgot her name. But she's an African-speaking woman from South Africa. So, and a number of you guys, some of you all I haven't actually memorized y'all's name, but as soon as you keep on engaging, I will actually remember y'all's name. But I remember Lily and some of the guys, I think about 10 of y'all. Those are the people whom I remember. Do you have pets? No, I don't have pets. I don't have pets. Now, if I get a pet, what would it be? It's just that Lily here. I came here. I specifically rented this house because I wanted to focus on this football career thing, as I'm studying sports management. So I wanted to actually shift my focus into that course and actually build this and make it something. And I came here to live alone. During the day, there's no one here. And I'm renting a home, basically. So if I'm not here, there's no one. So a pet needs somebody who will always be there to actually take care of it. So it cannot be a good thing for me to have a pet here. Probably at home. But I don't like people taking care of my pet. I need to be actually hands-on all the time. Pets are like children. And this, my son is at school now, so I don't get to be with him all the time, but on weekends I get to be with him. But I think pets require a lot of love as well. So probably when everything that I'm here for, when it's all done and I'm moving somewhere else, I think that space would be pet friendly, and I think I'd have more time to actually settles and do everything that I wish I'd do. I thought you live there. I'll be here during afternoons, after work, and also on weekends. I think it's a quiet space because I live alone, and I get to study because I'm doing that course and also do what I do with y'all. So sometimes if I'm not doing my streams, it's because I'm behind with my studying things, and I need to actually catch up because at the end of the day I need to pass, and not just pass, I need to just ace it. I need a cum laude basically. So yeah, that's it. The reason actually basically why I moved here is solely to study and focus on this football coaching and analysis thing, and see if I can make a career in sport somehow. Hello, DeAndre Pretorius, what's good? This is another legend that we have here with DeAndre. I was speaking about the people that actually I know by name. DeAndre is one of those people. Welcome back, DeAndre. So that's basically why I moved here. I haven't even made friends. I've been here since November, December, January now. It's 3 months since I've been here. I haven't even made one friend from this area because I need to actually be so tunnel focused in my studies, and also for me to actually relax a bit. I come here and actually chat to you guys, and you've been doing a wonderful job in that aspect to actually make sure that psychologically I get to relax a little bit and just get off studying and working and all these other things that's going on. Are you going to get a house? Probably beginning of 2027. I think I will not buy a house. I will build a home for my family. I've found a piece of land that is, that's about a hectare. So it's in rural areas. So it's a very, very big space. But I need to actually go to that space with a proper plan on how to go about building. Maybe if I go to rural areas, I need to actually make a video on that spot so that you may see how huge that area is, that place is, basically. That piece of land is. And it's going to be very, very challenging to build there because there's no road that to access actually that piece of land. So it's going to be a work. It's going to be work. Yeah, land is expensive, Lily. Land is expensive because if you look at that piece of land being the entire big as is, it's worth a lot of money. But I'm from rural areas, so the land there is governed by kings and the chiefs. So it's a free land, basically. I got it for free. So I think that's what most black people in South Africa do not appreciate, because if I can get a big land as that for free, and everybody that's from rural areas actually have access to land for free, I think that's one aspect that we do not appreciate as black South Africans, that we do have. You usually look at the suburbs and the towns, which is a very, very expensive piece of land, but you can get 4 times the land that you can get in suburbs for free. So I don't think it makes sense to buy something from the suburbs if you can get the land for free and build on it. So that's what I'll do. I'll build on that land, but I think I'll make a short video to actually show you the size of that land and what is on that land at the moment. And as soon as I start building something from it, then I will show you everything, the process. How can you get it for free? How can I explain that? In South Africa, the land is divided into 3 categories, if I may put it so. There's private land for farmers. Usually that land is owned by white people, white farmers. It could be white Africans speaking people or white English speaking people, and some of the black South African who actually are farmers. And then the second part, also in the private owned land, is also, we can also count the private properties, the houses and everything in that sense. Then there's also the land that is owned by the government, where the government structures and properties, your jails, your clinic, your hospitals, your public roads, for public service. That land belongs to the government. Then the third part is the land that belongs to the kings. So the land that belongs to the kings, it is governed by the kings and the chiefs. So I, from rural areas, I'm from the land that is governed by the kings or the chiefs. So in those part of lands, you do not pay for the land. At least at the place where I am from, we are not paying for the land. If you are grown up as myself and you have a wife and children, then you are entitled to actually get a piece of land. Then you'd go to the chief, and then you'll acquire a piece of land, and then they set up a date on when you are going to be given that piece of land. What's required is few things. You need to prepare meal and some drinks to for the people who will actually be there to dine on that. It's just that it's a few drinks, some meal, not too expensive. Probably $100 is enough for that to prepare for that. So $100 meal, including drinks, is enough to actually prepare for the chief and the people that he will come with to actually give you that piece of land. So it's pretty amazing. And I think black people in South Africa, basically those are from rural areas on the land that is governed by the chiefs and the kings. I think they should appreciate that more and build on those land rather than buying the land from the suburb, because it's pretty expensive. There are rates that you need to pay. There are also levies that you need to pay. But if you have money, I think you can actually buy a house from urban areas. But if you are from rural areas like myself, I don't think it makes sense. So that's why I'm saying that from that land, I will build on it rather than buying something. But in the future, maybe I'd buy some houses for business use, because you can buy properties and rent them out. That's a form of a business. And I've learned that while I was a realtor. Why will people buy land but not build on it? Buy land but not build on it. I think it's because the land appreciates in value over time. I think that's why maybe people buy land and not build on it because it appreciates on value over time. So if you let them make an example. If you buy a piece of land today with probably $1,000, in 10 years it might worth at least $5,000 to $10,000. So it appreciates in value over time. Maybe that's the purpose. But yeah, it's people's choices. I'm not judging anyone, but it's what I do beginning of 2027 and moving forward. But this year I actually need to finish the course that I'm doing, sports management, and also get a KFD, a coaching license from SAFA, and then begin everything else that I've been talking about. That's more about it. Where we're standing right now, still standing on 387. 44% of you all said you haven't yet subscribed. 25% said no. 31% said yes, we have subscribed. That's amazing. If you're speaking the truth. Why are the kings getting the land? Why are the kings getting the land? That's a beautiful question. Now, before the invasion of the Europeans in Africa, the land was actually governed by the kings. The land was governed by the kings. So everybody on the specific piece of land were the subjects to the king. They paid their loyalties to the king. So the king will subsidize the land to his subjects, not only the land, and also cattle, goats, sheep. So when the land is subsidized to the subjects, it's for them to actually build for a homestead for their family, and also cultivate the land so that they can grow food to actually raise their children. So, and it's been the tradition over the years. Now, when the white government came into South Africa, they introduced, when the white people actually came, they introduced the government system as we know it today. So when the government system came, then later we adopted that. After the apartheid government, we adopted the government system, which is now governing the country in South Africa. But as the government leads the country, there are actually some land that still belongs to the kings. So it still belongs to the kings, and the subjects of those kings get the land from the chiefs and the kings for free. And I think that's very, very amazing, because when it comes to government, you need a title deed. Sometimes government do give a land for free. Sometimes you need to buy that land. So not many people can actually afford to buy land. I think that's the struggle. But since we still have the old system that's still in place of the kings, so we as the subsidies, or as, actually, why am I saying subsidies? English sometimes. So we as the subjects of the king, we owe allegiance to the kings, and also we get the land from the kings. My audience engaged in votes the best. My audience engages in votes the best. Yeah, they're voting. It's just that they haven't sub yet. Only 3 have come in and actually a sub. But it's nice though. It actually makes us appreciate the growth, because things take time. Things takes time, and a lot of times. Sometimes you want to have shortcuts or buy our way into things. But I think this gradual growth actually make you appreciate what is being built in the long run. So I think this is what I'm actually experiencing here. I was hoping that by the end of the stream, I'd be at least at 390 subs, but from 384. But it looks like we are at 387. So only 3 people that actually came in and sub. But I appreciate the growth, though it's steady, but I think it's firm, because it makes me actually I'm not going to end now. I'm still going to be here probably until 9:30. So I'd be here. That makes it an entire hour. I haven't even begun what I was actually doing, which is studying or learning what I wanted to actually improve on, which is tactics in football. I haven't even begun that. So we've been chit-chatting with y'all. And I think that actually the steady growth and this gradual growing help into knowing y'all. I think knowing you as a person, Lily, makes a huge difference, because I don't treat you as just a chat or stat behind my chat. So I know it's a person, and I know that is Lily Iris. I know what he does. He's an artist. He can dance, he can sing, he can play ukulele. I think those things are very, very important as we grow, because in future I would want to visit your country, I will know that there's a person named Lily. So the first person I need to actually talk to would be you. Steady grow, I think, is very, very important, and I think I've grown to appreciate it by the fact that I get to know everyone for who they are and what it is that they do. It's said that I haven't seen Soso. For a minute now. Yesterday he hopped into my stream around 11 with his brother, but it was about boxing, so they don't like boxing. But they said that we will meet again. It said that I haven't checked how he is doing and his brother, but I would really, really like to chat with them also. I'm hoping that they are busy. They are busy because there's so many things that's going on, and school, and everything that we actually have to do, because we all have obligations and commitments, and that is why maybe we are not together all the time and every day. But I'm hoping that soon we will actually be, all of us, be here and actually chat. And also, it's been a long time since I've seen Johnny, the poet. It's been some time since I've seen John. So he's one of the persons that I also miss a lot here on the stream, and I'm hoping to see them soon. But Lily, we appreciate you being here. I think you actually always bring positive vibes and positive energy, and you are quite an engaging person. Probably we will. Probably. How about we made a video somehow, Lily? And I know you're not here. Stream at 5 p.m. Yeah, on weekends. Yeah, I can on weekends. But during weekdays, I doubt it can happen. Unless it can happen. If I can stream just when I knock off before I move from work. Yeah, it can happen. I can arrange it. 5 p.m. Yeah, I can arrange it. But I was asking if we can make a video with you. Probably through Zoom. Or probably I would like to interview you about everything that you do. Actually find out about the life from your country and everything. I think there's a lot that you can speak about because I find you very, very interesting. And your studies in Italy, the Italiano, how is it going and everything. There's a lot that you can actually speak about, even your music and everything. Probably that's the video I will edit. If you didn't give me a consent to actually post some of the things, but if you're up for it, we can actually arrange it and see if it can work. Probably on Zoom or Google Meet or TikTok. Probably that can also happen. I don't know, but it should up to you. If you're up for it, we can actually have that sit down and chat. I'll take that video and post it on one of my YouTube channels. Probably the Simple of Experience or this one, because you're part of the family on this channel. Probably I'll post it over here. But if you are up for it, I'd really appreciate that. Oh, you think about it? Okay, I'll hear from you. No pressure. Just when you're ready, let's speak about it. I'll try this 5 o'clock, 5 p.m. thing. 5 p.m. What will be time? What will be the time in your country? I think we are 1 hour ahead of you. 5 p.m. That will be 6 p.m. at you, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but that's what I think. Okay, back to the tactics. Okay, I will answer the questions. Don't mind what's going on the background. Don't mind that.
As to be more adventurous, they tend to stay in position
to incredible individual skill and game-changing dribbles.
And then,
Where
the
is
sheer
that now?
joy of victory. But sometimes a win's not convincing, even for Bafana. It's all part of the beautiful game.
Where is that now?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment.
Why have I so many things going on at the same time? How did I play that? Where is it playing? Oh, here. Let's see. Okay, it's gone.
Usually, the worst case scenario would be an even match in the midfield, or they could overwhelm the midfield team.
Yeah, it's made a lot of noise.
Midfield diamond. In a strict 4-3-3, a single pivot can be used with different roles. The deepest midfielder can be less gifted on the ball and act primarily as a destroyer out of possession, patrolling the space in front of the defenders to provide cover, meaning that they may not be the most gifted on the ball. In these cases, the more advanced midfielders will be the playmakers, and the pivot can play short passes into them, meaning that they also have to begin deeper to begin the build-up. Think of Casemiro around the pitch.
That was overstimulating.
Triangles and diamonds are excellent for keeping. The formation is particularly popular amongst possession-oriented side because it creates triangles around the pitch. Triangles and diamonds are excellent for keeping the ball, as the man on the ball always has a minimum of 2 passing options. And from the back, while some centre-backs can be more adventurous, they tend to stay in position when in possession and either play short or long from deep. But the midfield is a big strength of this formation, and it has a lot of versatility. With 3 in the region, usually the worst case scenario would be an even match in the midfield, or they could overwhelm the midfield team, and they will realistically rarely face a midfield diamond. In a strict 4-3-3, a single pivot can be used with different roles. The deepest midfielder can be less gifted on the ball and act primarily as a destroyer out of possession, patrolling the space in front of the defenders to provide cover, meaning that they may not be the most gifted on the ball. In these cases, the more advanced midfielders will be the playmakers, and the pivot can play short passes into them, meaning that they also have to begin deeper to begin the build-up. Think of Casemiro in the Madrid midfield trio.
As I've said that I'm studying sports management, some of the things has to do with football. So these lessons are actually necessary for football coaches, hence I'm studying them. So right now I'm actually trying to advance my knowledge in understanding the game. And right now I'm looking at the formation, a football formation called the 4-3-3. So I'm trying to understand the technical principles involved in that formation, which is called 4-3-3, where you have 4 defenders, 4 midfield players, and also 4 attacking, and also 3 attacking players. It's 4-3-3, excluding the goalkeeper. So I'm trying to understand the technical principles as far as the 4-3-3 is concerned. So one of the teams in South Africa is playing this formation, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. I think it has been the best team in past 9 seasons. They've won the Brazil Premiership back-to-back 9 times. So they are using a formation 4-3-3. So I'm trying to understand the depth of a 4-3-3 and the triangles involved, because they've been decimating the teams in the Brazil Premiership for so long with that formation. So I'm trying to understand it better, because the first game in the Brazil Premiership on Monday, which I'll do the analysis on, is Mamelodi Sundowns versus the Orbit College. Orbit College is playing usually 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-1-3 or something like that. But I need to actually understand the philosophy behind my principles with Sundowns, my tactics or corner, and everything that has to do with that. So that's what I'm listening to. That's what I'm trying to understand, so that my analysis will actually improve. Because I think I will need to actually be competent, even to the people, to the guys who are actually doing this on the national level on television. So if they watch some of my analysis, I don't have to sound more amateur compared to them. I think I need to make a content that they can actually watch and agree to. Hence, I'm trying to make sure that I'm in tune with the game and I understand the principles of the game fully. It's not only this technical principle I will look to. There are so many variations as far as the game is concerned that I will check, and they will help me in these studies that I'm doing at the same time, because they are the part and the parcel of what I'm studying at the sport management course. Some people set their live stream on private after they finished. Yeah, after you finish your stream, it go direct to private. It's up to the individual to actually go and edit it back and make it public. So it's usually, if it's something that it's something that I'm not comfortable speaking about, and it has no relevance whatsoever to everything that I've been doing to this channel, I would keep those private, and probably for the rest of my life, because probably it's irrelevant to the things that I usually speak about on the channel. But here it's sports, so this is relevant to it. It will be public even after I've finished this stream. And also the 4 languages, 4 cultures in 40 days, it's also relevant to the channel, because it's one of the things that I learn about, since this channel is not only watched by South African but many people from around the world. So me having an interest to other people, it makes sense that I make that public, so that people may know that I'm interested in knowing them fully and understand them on a human level. As I've said, that I don't want to look at my streams or people on my stream, I don't want to look at them as just chats, but I want to look at everyone as a person and know them as best as I can, as possible as I can. So I think that's what I'm trying to achieve here. But I know that probably as we grow, I won't get to actually know everyone personally. But I think from now till we reach 1,000 sub, everyone that will come to the stream, I will know them. Everyone, I will know them. Everyone who comes to the stream, I will remember them. I think that's part of the thing that's probably I strive to achieve. But I truly interested on people's cultures, people's traditions, people's beliefs, people's languages, and also their spirit, what in their spirit and what's in their mind. I think I'm interested in life as a whole. I remember that you wanted to do, we wanted to be a neurologist, Lily. You wanted to be a neurologist. So part of the thing that I'm studying here in sport is the injury prevention. Let me actually get this right, because I think you'd actually, if you ended up doing the neurologist that you love so much, I think I'd learn a lot from you as far as this is concerned. Where is this? Okay, there's something that I'm looking for here. I can't find it right now, but when I was studying it, there's something that I noticed that, okay, Lily wanted to be a neurologist. I think she will be more knowledgeable into this in sports medicine and injuries, because injuries are different and occurs or are caused by different things. So when it comes to nervous system, since you want to be a neurologist, I was like, oh, Lily actually in the future will be a great asset when it comes to these aspects, because she's interested to that. That's what I thought when I was looking at that specific module. So I think that's kind of a relationship that I want to build with everyone that comes here, because everything that I go through, I remember that, oh, so and so does that. I think he or she can help in this aspect. But we'll see if you actually continue your interest in neurology and see what happens in the future. But I think this will not end here on the stream, but it will go as far as the professional level. That's what I think it will happen from here. I hope I answered the question.
But in many possession-based teams, the single pivot is the hub of the team and is usually excellent at looking to receive and progress the ball. Since he can do the progression, it gives his midfield partners the scope to push higher up the pitch and look to receive here and be more creative and play passes into the attack. This is especially popular of late due to the use of free aids, who often push extremely high up to occupy the half spaces and thread passes through. While many opposition teams know that the defensive midfielder is crucial in goal progression, so will look to sit a man on him to stop the supply early. Here we can see another extremely popular offshoot of the 4-3-3, that being the 4-2-3-1. This involves switching to a double pivot with a dedicated higher midfielder. The double pivots mean usually at least one man is free to receive and progress the ball if the other is occupied. It also means there's a dedicated attacking midfielder who is normally highly skillful with the ability to pick up passes to players in attacking positions. The disadvantage is the tempo is so high that they can become disconnected from the rest of the midfield, making it a two in the midfield where they can potentially be overloaded. The midfield can also be more functional, with almost all three remaining deep and playing simpler passes. By staying deep, there is so much defensive cover that the forward can fully concentrate on attacking. Think of you.
Let me try and slow and play this on a half speed. I don't even remember how that happens. Playback time. Okay, let's play it at 75%.
Partners the scope to push higher up the pitch and look to receive here and be more creative and play passes into the attack. This is especially popular of late due to the use of free aids, who often push extremely high up to occupy the half spaces and thread passes through. While many opposition teams know that the defensive midfielder is crucial in ball progression, so will look to sit a man on him to stop the supply early. Here we can see another extremely popular offshoot of the 4-3-3, that being the 4-2-3-1. This involves switching to a double pivot with a dedicated higher midfielder. The double pivots mean usually at least one man is free to receive and progress the ball if the other is occupied. It also means there's a dedicated attacking midfielder who is normally highly skillful with the ability to pick up passes to players in attacking positions. The disadvantage is the tenor is so high that they can become disconnected from the rest of the midfield, making it a 2 in the midfield where they can potentially be overloaded. The midfield can also be more functional, with almost all three remaining deep and playing simpler passes. By staying deep, there is so much defensive cover that the forward can fully concentrate on attacking. Think of Jurgen Klopp's team of around 1819. The wide region is also strong in this formation with 2 out wide, meaning that they can have 2 versus 2s and potentially even overloads there. And rarely do the fullbacks remain deep, and in most occasions they will look to overlap outside of the winger, so this can cause 2 versus 1s against the fullback. But touching on the striker, a disadvantage of this formation is that there is only one, so they can get isolated, making it difficult to hold up the ball, and there's also only one main goal threat. So one way to mitigate against this is that with the overlapping fullbacks, the wingers are often inverted and coming central to be an additional goal threat. Again, think of Klopp's sides. Of late, we've also seen fullbacks inverting into the midfield, where when they join alongside the single pivot, it allows the wingers to stay wide and provide the width. In these situations, it is the midfielders who push high up the pitch and look to be a goal threat alongside the forward. Think of the 17-18 Man City led by Pep. Let's touch on the defensive points. The formation can also be effective in the press, with the forward looking to cut off the passing options between the centre-backs, and having 2 men high in midfield, meaning that opponents' pivots can be covered. It has advantages and disadvantages in the mid-block though. Having only one forward against the centre-backs means that he is overloaded, so one of the opposition centre-back can drive forward and look to draw a midfielder in and create an overload in this manner. But most teams that have a midfield 3 would back themselves to have the midfield well protected. The formation also heavily relies on the wingers to be disciplined in tracking back the other way, otherwise they would be vulnerable. However, if they do track back, a 4-5-1 is an effective defensive shape, allowing the midfielders to remain compact. In the midfield, a dedicated screener is also effective at picking up any loose balls. These are just a few of the reasons the 4-3-3 has become a popular formation.
But this is just the starting formation. If you want to see how elite managers like Pep and Klopp use them in-game, click on screen now, as this video is the perfect illustration of that. Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI.
Hi, and welcome back to Football Made Simple.
There are moments and matches that will be etched in the history books forever. Moments that define the start and the ends of eras in football. And on the 14th of January 2018 was one such moment, where a rejuvenated Liverpool will begin to emerge as the main domestic contender to Pep Guardiola's well-oiled machine. And this moment, the domestic re-emergence of the Reds, would be led by a front three that would bring Guardiola to his knees.
Is this fun? The tactics themselves, when are being discussed,
Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane.
you can't hear anything fun at all. But if you understand how the game is played, and then you take the same thing that he's talking about and deploy it with the players on the field of play, and you actually see them execute that plan to actually destroy the opposition, that's where fun is. That's where fun is. Right now, the studying of the techniques, of the philosophy, of the formations and everything, how you break your attack, when it's being discussed, it's not fun at all. But until you deploy it, and it's in the field of play, and you are witnessing it, your players executing that plan and carrying the vision to the end of the game, that's amazing. So application of this on the field of play, that's what's amazing. Yeah, you just put it correctly. I think your vocab is way superior than mine. So application is fun, but studying is boring. But you got to get this right. The boring stuff, that's what you need to get right so that the application will be executed perfectly. So I think you truly understand that. You truly understand that.
And Mo Salah would put on a truly iconic performance. Coming into the match, a quick glance at the table might have indicated that this would not be a close match, but anyone who had closely been following the league season knew that this wasn't representative of the two sides' abilities.
Okay, there's a Barcelona game that is playing today.
Have been overperforming their expected points.
Actually, I need to watch that game. Barcelona is playing
meaning the game may have been close
tonight.
in the first appearance. Guardiola's side came into the game in impeccable away form,
What time?
winning 31 of 33 points that season. But Liverpool were unbeaten in 17 matches, and new signing Virgil van Dijk was already beginning to impress after coming in when Coutinho had been sold. Add to that the Reds had long been the bogey team to the City.
Playing very late at 10, in 1 hour 10 minutes from now.
City's own front three of
I
Sane,
think-
Sterling and Aguero were scintillating, and many pundits had them as pre-match favourites, especially with Salah.
I think I'd have to check that one out. I think Barcelona is the best team that actually applies these formations. So actually looking at them, it's very refreshing because they are excellent to actually applying these things that I'm actually trying to understand here.
Just recovering in time to make the match day score, and the goalkeeping situation between Mignolet and Karius still being unclear. But kickoff was here, the elegance of Pep Guardiola's intricate mechanisms versus the aggression of Klopp's heavy metal football. The Reds came out on a mission, and the initial stages of the encounter were not even close. City, as always, were looking to keep possession to quieten the Anfield crowd early on, but Klopp's Reds were a pressing machine that looked to suffocate Pep's men right from the off. In possession, City were lined up in a 4-3-3, with De Bruyne and Gundogan looking to take up high positions between the lines. But neither Delph early on, nor Walker inverted infield alongside Fernandinho, leaving him vulnerable. And the front three of Liverpool led the press with an uncommon ferocity. Firmino, the hard-working Brazilian, was the leader in this sense, and when City centre-backs were on the ball, he sprung forward to apply pressure. Depending on which side the ball was, he would be joined by Mane or Salah, who would look to press the centre-back on the outside. But Liverpool knew that Otamendi was not as good on the ball as John Stones, so Firmino often pressed Stones first, forcing the lateral pass to Otamendi, meaning that Salah spent most of his time higher up pressing Otamendi, whilst Mane was deeper on the left. This would have two effects. Either Otamendi would be forced into a riskier central pass that could lead to a turnover, or it would force a back pass to Edison, where Firmino could then continue his press, often forcing City long. Alternatively, if Firmino was the sole presser, Mane and Salah could concentrate on cutting the wider passes to the fullbacks, funneling City's play through the centre, although occasionally the wingers could be caught out with balls over the top to the fullbacks.
I'm kind of hungry. I'm the only one in here.
Leads or drive traffic by getting your business in front of people who are actively searching.
You're the only one, Lily. I think you're the only one. There's how many of you all here?
This business, which is
Actually, it says 2 of you all are watching.
22%
There's 2 watching, so
acquisitions with Google.
probably the other person is quiet.
Wherever they are across the Google network, such as
But I see this.
Maps and
Are you the one actually
traffic with Google Ads today?
pressing these hearts, or is the other person?
Heartburn is caused by stomach acid like Gaviscon double action neutralizes these and forms a Gaviscon barrier to stop them rising for up to 4 hours.
Yeah, I can see there's 3 of you now. And if you press these hearts, they are appearing on my screen. I can see them. So that's why I'm asking if it was you or the other person.
If this is the kind of coaching content that you're looking for, then please consider subscribing. Let's get straight into the video. The first part to developing your team to play out from the back is individual technique. Your players need to be able to receive and send the ball comfortably to
It was the other person at first, then I joined. Okay, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I think that actually sends the signal to YouTube to actually share the live to more people if you do that. So thank you for doing that, guys. I really appreciate it. So thank you.
Not just on the football pitch with you, but when they're at home too. The more repetitions they get in, and the more often they're receiving and sending the ball, the better they will get over a short period of time. So the first part to it is build technique and get players playing as many passes as possible. Now I know that some players can find passing quite boring, so make sure the first 10 to 15 minutes of your session is a high number of passes, high repetition, get it out of the way nice and early.
You can do this.
But make sure you over it. You don't expect kids who can't receive or can't send the ball effectively to be able to play out from the back. The next part to playing out from the back is routines. Now routines are set patterns that your players will repeat to make sure they understand movements, timings, and get into the right places at the right moment. Now I'm very aware that football isn't a pattern, it's not a routine, it's not the same every time. But by building patterns that they understand and by working through certain passing routines, you make sure the kids are at least doing the basics and getting into the right positions, which is a really good foundation to start playing out from the back. As they get better at it and as you improve coaching it, as they improve playing it, you will start to be more dynamic, things will flow a little bit more and it'll be more organic. But what you need to start with is building some very simple routines that kids can follow. A player goes to here, B player goes to here, when B receives the ball, this is what C does. And those little routines will really help it cement to kids exactly where to go and when. So for example, here's a really simple routine. The goalkeeper plays the ball out to the left back. As the left back receives the ball, a midfielder moves into the channel to try and receive down the line, and another midfielder drops a little bit deeper to create an angle to receive the pass in the centre. That trigger and that routine of the ball goes left and those two players make those movements, just a really simple pattern to get kids moving in the right place and give them on the ball a couple of different options. Most teams fail to play out from the back because of a lack of options, and then if the options aren't there, then the player panics, saying that we're kicking the ball anywhere, and that's when we lose possession. So practice simple routines like this over and over again. Make sure that as you're doing it, each player moves on to new roles so they understand the entire system. pigeonhole kids and put the left backs just do all the left back passes and all the left back receiving, then they don't understand the movements and the timings and everything else that the other players are making. So after each round or after a few turns, make sure the players are moving to different positions within the pattern and then repeat. Once you have a few patterns that the kids are now comfortable with and they understand, you can start to bring these into practice at goal kicks from training. So anytime you're in a training game and the ball goes out for a goal kick, regardless of what happens before or after, just explain to the kids that you want to see that routine to get the ball back in play. Now the other team that are playing against them will understand the routine, they'll have seen the pattern before, so it's even more important that things are done correctly and things are done quickly. But if the man on the ball has got more than one option, you can still find a way out to play from the back. By doing this from goal kicks during games, it's a nice reset point. It gives time for players to get into the right position, for you to reinforce some coaching messages before the pattern starts, and then they play from there. But again, it's a little bit more organic than just a practice pattern. This is a pattern that's going to be against an opponent. They're doing it in training, and the other team, if they manage to win the ball, and some learning goes on, and we can stop and explain what went wrong or why. So the next part, playing out from the back, is movement and triggers. This is slightly different to patterns and routines because movements and triggers are based on what's happening around the pitch and sometimes will not become part of the pattern, but sometimes they will. So if you look at the first pattern, the goalkeeper playing the ball out to the left back, and then the left back has got two options to play to a central midfielder or to play down the line. The other movements and triggers that we're now looking for are things such as the goalkeeper slides across to the left-hand side of the pitch to offer a backwards pass in case the two preferred options aren't available. The goalkeeper is taught that there is a trigger of when that left back receives the ball, he slides across to support him. It might be the goalkeeper that's played the pass himself, but it might be that another player has played the pass to the left back. The goalkeeper makes the same move every time. They slide across, they support behind the ball, and that is a trigger. So when you see the left back get the ball and you can slide to the left, make sure you're available for it. So for instance, another trigger is if the two forward passes are available and the left back decides to play it back to the goalkeeper, which is absolutely something that will happen during play down the back, then what do the players do? On your goalkeeper receiving the ball on the left side of the pitch, you need movement from the players on the right side of the pitch. Those players can drop deep towards the ball, maybe a central player needs to come short and make sure he's available to pass the feet. A right back or a right winger might have to get out wide to offer a diagonal pass, and a centre back might literally come alongside the goalkeeper to offer a very simple horizontal pass across the goal to make sure that we can still find a way forward. Now we're just talking about one example here, but the absolute must is for you to get kids around the tactics board and get them to understand which triggers and which movements coincide together. So if the ball goes into the right back, what triggers am I looking for to coach? On what movements the players need to make to get to the right position to receive the ball.
I cannot condone this behavior, this Coca-Cola behavior. And it's very, very late. It's 9 o'clock and I'm having a drink of a Coca-Cola. I can't condone it. It's not good for your health. It's just that I'm addicted to sugar. And it's one of my struggles this year. It's one of the things that I'll try and correct as the year progresses, but I can't condone it. But I prefer it over alcohol. So I don't drink alcohol. I usually indulge myself in Coca-Cola. So I think that answers your question, Lily. Thank you very much for asking. But I can't actually condone it. I don't think it's actually healthy. It's difficult to quit. Yeah, it's really, really difficult to quit sugar. But it's one thing that I will try and actually control this year. I think I've toned down in energy drinks. I've really, really toned down in energy drinks. So I'll try to everything that has sugar, but I've been a sugar addict so far. So, okay, it's now 1 hour, 20 minutes. It's 9 o'clock. I will need to actually prepare for my day tomorrow so that I'll get to watch. You like chocolate biscuits? I think that's girly, Lily. I'm not surprised. I think that's girly. But the sugar, though, the sugar, the sugar is the problem. But I think I'd go and prepare for tomorrow so that I'd get to watch the Barcelona game. That is playing at 10 o'clock. So I'd need to call it a night today. I thank you, everybody. I appreciate your being with me here. A pronto, piacere. I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be doing the Urde or Earth culture, language and culture. That will be 40 languages, 40 cultures in 40 days. That's what I'll be doing tomorrow. But also I'd have to watch Game Mamelodi Sundowns. No, I won't do the Urde tomorrow. Tomorrow there's a game of Mamelodi Sundowns. I need to watch that and analyze it. That's what I do tomorrow. On Tuesday there's a game of Kaizer Chiefs as well. I think I do the Urde on Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, there's no football. Then on Friday, there's football over the weekend. But during the day, around 12 and 1, and 12 on Saturday and Sunday, I'll do other 2 languages. So it's 40 cultures, 40 languages in 40 days. So I'm learning a lot from these people. And I think I really, really enjoy what's happening with those type of videos. So I have a lot of learning to do. So that I've seen that I don't know much. I don't know things. I don't know people. I don't know history. I don't know nothing. But that helps me a lot. That 40 languages, 40 cultures in 40 days, I think that helps me a lot to understand the world and the history of the world. So thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Nevertheless Commentaries. I'm your host, Sipho of Sipho Sports, your favorite uncle on the net, the Black Italian himself. I will have to call it a night right now. I love you all. Peace be upon you. A pronto piacere. Thank you. Nisale kahle.